We're back with episode 7 of the Villa to Glory, guys. This episode might be a little bit longer one. We're going to have the Crystal Palace analysis, what we thought of the game. Obviously, Villa's first group stage game in Europe is this Thursday against Liga Warsaw, so we will go through team information for that game. Got massive gallery update on the Villa to Glory. There's been some really big changes. And obviously there's rewards as well. Always nice to finish off with some rewards. So don't forget, guys, if you are enjoying the videos, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is much appreciated. So, Crystal Palace. 3-1 victory. Was at the game and really frustrating. Do you know what? If I was a Palace fan, I don't know whether they do, but Villa have got to have 70% of the ball. All Palace do is stick 11 men behind the ball and just try and break with Eze's pace or Mateta on the other side. They just sit back, defend, and just try and counter. If that's what they do week in, week out, like I said, I don't know. I don't watch Palace week in, week out, but oh my God, would you be bored? Literally sat in their own half for 90 minutes. Luckily enough, we got the breakthrough in the end with an absolute fantastic strike from John Duran. Rifled it into the back of the net in front of the Holt end. And then the game turned around then. They come out of their shell a bit, Palace. Had to try and get a winner, really. They could have settled for a draw, but got the penalty and then finished off with the third goal from Bailey, assisted from DRB. So yeah, like I say, a good 3-1 convincing victory. That is 9 wins in a row at home now in the Premier League for Villa. 10 if you include the Hibs game. So looks like they really are turning Villa Park into a fortress, and it is fantastic to see. So next game, Thursday evening. I think it's 6:15 kickoff. Liga Warsaw, first game of the group stages. Really looking forward to this. It's been so long without European football. And I can't see Emery changing much. I think there'll be a lot of predictions that there's going to be a lot of changes in this team. I've seen quite a few that Watkins might get dropped and Duran will get the start. Bailey might go out on the right and Zaniolo might go back to the bench. But Zaniolo had a really good game against Palace. But I just think a lot of them players would be very disappointed if they don't get to play that very first group game with all the effort they put in last season to get into Europe. I can see it being Martinez in goal, Konza and Pau Torres at the back, Digne and Cash, but Digne, it could be Moreno. It could be a game where he brings Moreno back in. Now he's in full training again to see how he gets on. And then obviously you've got Kamara and Duggo in the midfield. He has told Tielemans he is going to get game time. So it would mean dropping Duggo because obviously Kamara is our number 6. He is our CDM. But I just can't see it. I can see Tielemans coming off the bench. And then obviously I reckon it probably is going to be Bailey, McGinn, DRB with Watkins up front. Would it surprise me if he give Watkins a rest? No. Would he be really annoyed? I think so, because I believe Watkins start the season come out and said he wants to play every game. He wants to score as many goals as he can. So I could see him sticking with the same team, maybe 1 or 2 changes. Like I say, Bailey might come back in for Zaniolo and then giving the other guys minutes off the bench. So that's what I think we will play for our midweek. So with that being said, let's take a look at the gallery updates. So let's get into the gallery, and the first thing I did to my gallery, I've got rid of a lot of players. As you can see, I'm down to 154 limiteds, and that's including the new players I have picked up. And a lot of the players I got rid of are my MLS stacks. New England have gone. Carlos Hill has gone. The 11 players left here are like 40p players, just waiting for them to sell off. They're all listed. Atlanta the same. Nashville the same. Minnesota the same. They're all gone. Crew, Columbus Crew. Chucho Hernandez is still in there. That is because he is in a reward-winning lineup this week, but he will be gone also after this game week. Same with Koundé in the Barcelona team. He will be gone. He's in a reward-winning lineup. And Romero from Spurs will also be gone. So all these stacks will be completely gone. Bilbao, the keeper is listed. That is my Spanish keeper from La Liga Smart Bank. Inter Miami is also gone. Messi is gone. The whole team is gone. Genk, I've picked up. I'm not sure if many people know about him. They probably will. Is Luca Oyen. This guy was fantastic. He was a breakthrough star at a very young age at Genk. And I watched quite a few of his games when he was younger, before he got a really bad ACL injury, and it kept him out for a long time. I see this card on the market. I chucked a cheeky bid on. Didn't think I'd win it, but I did, after realising it was also his jersey mint, number 24 off 24. So I think I paid about £8.50 for this card. So I see it on there. It's a player I really liked from a few years ago, so he'll just stay in the gallery. Hope he can find that potential that he had before. Yeah, so like I say, all those are gone. Picked up Oyen. And the two MLS teams that are staying are Philly. If you remember from the first episode of this season, like I said, if I lived in the States, this would be the team that I supported, that I followed week in, week out. I really like Philly. I like their style of football. So they're staying in my gallery. And LAFC are also staying in my gallery. Really like LAFC. I know they went through a bad patch middle of the season, and like they had a bad run of games, but just another team I really like, with really good players. So we've still got two MLS stacks for our Americas and Cat modes also. And then, as you can see, I've added the new Villa boys. The whole collection is in. Every card is in there. Got them all on auction, so they all get the 30-point bonus. So we're on 4% on each of the cards. Just waiting for them to add Zaniolo and John Duran. Not sure why they want there when they were originally released, but I'm sure they will get added soon. And the next big update to the gallery, I am buying a Bayer Leverkusen collection. They've started the season really well, and Alonso has got them playing some really nice football also. I've added quite a few already. The rest of them I've already got on bid. I've got my bids on the players. We picked up Victor Boniface, picked up Xhaka. Where is he? Wirtz. I've got my bid on Wirtz already. I've picked up two of the rookie cards to boost the points as well. So once these are all in, they should be all in before the game week locks on Tuesday. We will have a big 5% collection on our Leverkusen boys. I've done that because I wanted a couple of European teams. So now I've got two European teams with the Villa and Leverkusen. Call it three because I've got two of the Villa collections. These are the originals. Launch edition Premier League cards. These boys are staying in the gallery. They are never getting sold. And we got our two America collections. So I've got 5 collections. And I think that's plenty going forward to play all the limited competitions. I was finding that I've had too many collections, and I was just head scratching each week of who to put in what competition. There was AAA lineups everywhere, AA lineups, and you're like, who do you put where? So I've tried to really simplify things. Obviously, I know a lot about Villa. I know a lot about their players, who's going to play most weeks in and out. Philly, like I said, from the MLS, really like that team and could predict most of their lineups. They're pretty consistent with who they put out. LAFC, obviously, some of them boys like Palacios and Boanga and that, you know, they're their star players. And then Leverkusen, like I said, got really nice football at the start of this season. But the biggest one for Leverkusen for me, they've also got European football as well. So we've got Villa in the Conference League, Leverkusen in the Europa League. So we're going to get midweek utility out of both of these teams, who I think can go really far deep into the competition. So we'll get a lot of utility out of the collections. And then you also get a lot of midweek utility out of the MLS guys as well. Both of these teams should be good to make the playoffs, which will give them an extra, I think it's 6 matchups on top of what's left. So like I say, that's our gallery update. We will be down to 5 collections. That's all we'll be keeping in our gallery, unless there's another collection we really want from the European side, or MLS America going into next summer to boost the America collections. And like I said, I'm just waiting now on the Leverkusen boys. They're all on bid, just waiting for the auctions to finish, and we should have a completed collection for Leverkusen. So that's the gallery update. Let's take a look at the lineups that's got us our rewards this weekend, and then we will finish off by opening them up. So these are teams that done the business for us, guys. We're currently 282nd in Champ Europe, 82nd in Premier League Pro, 1,443rd, which is a Tier 5 in All-Star Limited, and hit the ETH in Cap 240 Limited. I say Champ Europe Limited, we had Martinez, Koundé, Douglas Luiz, Diaby and Watkins. Obviously, that's why Koundé hasn't been sold yet. He's in a reward-winning lineup, so if we're sold him now, we wouldn't get the reward. And then Premier League Pro, we had our common Martinez, Konza, Kamara, Luiz and Watkins, currently sat in 82nd position, on for a Tier 4. And then All-Star Limited, not as high up, but all these points count towards a monthly competition, which I'm currently quite high up in. I'm in top 500, 400, I believe. So, got to keep them points coming in All-Star Limited. And that was Martinez, Romero, Boskov, Vela, and Chucho Hernandez. That's why these two haven't been sold yet, because they are also picking up a reward this game week. What's really annoying is, obviously, I was at the Palace game watching it, and Emi Martinez had a diving save. A Birieze has took a shot across goal. Martinez dived to his left, and he's caught it in the air as well. So he should have a diving save with a diving catch. I don't know why Opta haven't give it. Hopefully it gets rescored and they add it onto Martinez's score. Because in a lot of these competitions, I am like here, 1.3 points off a Tier 3 with like a diving save and a catch at the same time. It's probably adding 8 points to his score. So that takes us well up into the Tier 3s instead of the Tier 4. Here's the same, only 2.1 points off the Tier 3. And he's 100% dived across his goal. He's caught the ball in the air. So it's a diving save with a diving catch. I say hopefully it gets rescored. And they give the points to Martinez that he deserves, and it pushes us up the rewards even further. So that's the teams that have done it for us. Let's take a look at the lineups for this midweek, our European fixtures for Leverkusen and Villa. Well, it's now gone 3 p.m, so game week 407 is over and we are into 408. And as I mentioned previously, that means Koundé, Chucho Hernandez and Christian Romero are all now listed on the market. They're not part of the plans for the gallery going forward, so they all will get sold on. Shane Chucho has been a great servant to the Villa to glory. I won a lot of rewards with this card. Shame to see him go, but got to move forward with the gallery. And as I said before, I have now completed the Leverkusen stack. We've got every player in, all off the auction house. So we have got the 760 points to get us that 5% bonus. And going to look at the lineups, I'll show you why that is now important. Because if we just zoom in a little bit, these are the upcoming game weeks. All-Star Limited. I have gone with the Leverkusen boys. We've got Hradecki, Grimaldo, Wirtz, Boniface and Hoffman. I will show you these lineups on here. Yeah, let's look at them as so rare data. This is the lineup I just showed you, and obviously now they get the 10% bonus, so they get 1.1. He's captain, so he will get the extra bonus. But you also now, from this game week, get your XP bonus, your collection bonus in the cap mode. So cap 240, cap 270, you now get a captain bonus and your XP bonus in these competitions. So I believe the collections will be even more powerful going forward, adding to your scores each game week. So like we've run through the All-Star Limited, the Cap 220 Limited. This is usually what I have left over after I filled the rest of the lineup. So I've got a Martinez, Matty Cash, Boubacar Kamara, a Philip Coutinho who's actually got a game, and Leon Bailey. Our Champ Europe Limited, we've got Martinez, Konza, Douglas Luiz, John McGinn and Moussa Diaby as our captain. Cap 240 Limited, quite looking forward to this one because Krapue, he's just started playing for LAFC again and he's a 0.L15 at the moment. So that means I managed to get Tapsoba, Luiz, Granit Xhaka and Watkins all in Cap 240. So that was a bit of a free hit having Krapue in there. My Champ America Limited, just with our two America stacks left, we've got Andre Blake, Wagner, Gazdag, Bawanga and Carranza. Still a really strong America Limited lineup. We've got a Cap 270, a bit of a mixture of both here. We've got Martinez, Frimpong, Jonathan Tah, Palacios, who's been on fire lately, and Ollie Watkins. And an MLS Pro where we put in Schulte, Glesnes, Boskov, Vela, and this is actually into Miami. This is the only lad I have kept because he was a reward. He's a rookie card, 17 years old. I think this lad's got a really bright future, so I want him as a reward, so he is staying in the gallery. So that is our lineups for game week 408. Like I say, I won't run through 409s because they will change a lot by the weekend. So let's get into the rewards. I thought I had 3 rewards. It shows 3 rewards. But as I just looked on Sorare, I think I might have listed Kunde like a second before the game week closed because I think it's cancelled this lineup for Champ Europe. But it was a tier 4. But there you go. We're still getting a Premier League tier 4. And a All-Star tier 5. So let's take a look at those rewards now. So it's rewards time. We would have had 3 rewards, but now we've got 2. My own stupid fault. I listed Kunde before the game week had finished, so it cancelled my team. But there you go. I'm just excited to get a Premier League card. Premier League Pro. What is it? Ah, I suppose it's a new 3D card now, so you won't see the Premier League background. That's all I wanted. My first Premier League 3D card. We'll start off with the coins. Don't expect we'll get many because I cancelled lots of lineups, sold lots of the gallery to build for the coming game week. So 590 coins, our tier 5 from All-Star Limited, the Swiss Defender. I have no idea who that badge is. It's a new card as well, though. From the Bundesliga. Let's have a look. Martin Anger. Martin Anger. Can't find him. Where are you? I spelled it wrong. No, Martin Anger. Ah, there he is. He's from Bundesliga 2 from Vennen Wiesbaden. Never heard of him. He's worth 40p. He does play, but he's worth 40p. So, let's take a look at our Premier League player. Jamaican defender from Luton. That really confused me because I didn't recognise the badge. And we have got Amari Bell. Obviously, Luton defender. Probably not going to be great. They do seem to get smashed every week. Amari Bell from Luton. No floor price at the moment, but he is worth about £7.44. I'm quite surprised at that. Obviously, he plays every game. Scores ain't going to be great. Since being in the Premier League, there's a 4-1 loss, a 3-0 loss, 2-1 loss, and a 1-0 loss. Plays for Jamaica as well, though. Gets international game time. So he gets some good scores for Jamaica. So that's our rewards for this game week. Well, thanks for watching episode 7 of the Villa to Glory, guys. Keep them fingers crossed. Villa and Leverkusen can do the business in Europe this week. Go out, get some big wins and bring us in some big rewards for the next video. Hope you're enjoying your Sorare journey as much as I am. And thanks very much for watching and have fun.